श्रीमती सिमरत कौर बादल।
Sir, in these liberating times, the present budget also seems to have taken advantage of this liberation and liberated itself from this professed commitment towards the plight of the Aam Aadmi. The budget has not cared to address the important issues of price rise, of increasing the purchasing capacity of the poor. It's silent on the food security of the country and restoring the required balance between the center and the state relations. Although the FM's budget has recognized the need for providing food security and more resources, education, health, the same does not seem to have translated into his budget. There are 3 goals mentioned in his speech: to restore the 9% growth rate, make development more inclusive, and to improve the weakness in government systems. Sir, I'm sure these goals, if they were transformed into deeds with a compassionate view to the genuine problems faced by the states, these targets could easily be achieved. But unfortunately, the implementation to achieve the effectiveness is lost somewhere in the rigidity of the rules laid down. If we talk about the growth rate, sir, it is a fact that despite whatever the growth rate has been, the benefits of the growth are not reaching a large section of the poor in our country. The divide between the rich and the poor is so massive that 60 years of planned development has not even managed to give all our people the basic needs of education, health, employment, even drinking water. 1/3 of our country still lives below poverty line, earning 20 rupees a day. Madam, the priority of the growth strategy needs to be the focus between reducing the disparity among states, rural and urban, rich and poor, and ensuring equal growth across the entire spectrum of the country. And this can only be done if we realize the different levels of development between the states, decentralize the rigid stand in the planning process, and allow the states who have a better understanding of their requirements and their specific needs to have more of a say in this planning process, rather than having the same thumb rule and imposing it from the top. Before I go into the second and third challenges mentioned by the Honorable FM, I would like to mention the scenario of my state, Punjab. Sir, till 1986, Punjab was a revenue surplus state with a debt burden of 26% of its GSDP. We then went through a period of militancy and terrorism, which saw thousands of lives, innocent lives being lost, and the longest president's rule in the entire country besides Jammu and Kashmir. In these 9 long years of president's rule, the central government ran the Punjab administration with a policy of high expenditure and low raise in taxes. They plugged this huge deficit by taking special term loans from the center. From then onwards, sir, this road towards taking loans from the center spiraled into such a debt trap for the state that year after year, the loan kept multiplying due to the unsustainability of the loan and the no raise of taxes. As a result, the state, which was revenue surplus, 26% debt burden before the president's rule, had within 9 years reached a debt burden of 40% of the GSDP. Sir, today this debt burden has multiplied and reached a whopping figure of 62,000 crores. Just the interest liability on this debt is 5,500 crores. So the total taxes that my state collects is 12,000 crores. From the center, from our share of the central taxes and against schemes of the center, we receive another 4,600 crores. This only equals to an approximate 16,600 crores. But so if we look at the expenses, straight away our debt on the loan, the interest on the loan alone is 5,600 crores, and the salaries according to the new pay commission is another 12,000 crores. So just paying our salaries and the debt, the state does not have any more funds to do anything else. To sustain ourselves for all our other committed expenses, sir, we have to borrow every year from the central government. And this as the debt interest multiplies each year, even the borrowing has to consequently keep increasing every year. This debt trap leaves the state with no money for any kind of development projects, leave alone hire the thousands of teachers, doctors, police personnel needed for providing good governance, or upgrading schools and hospitals, or building new roads. Everything is at a standstill because of our financial resources. I would humbly request the centre, sir, that when the state is not in any kind of position to repay the loan, today the the interest level has become what the original debt was. Surely the centre should either give a waiver of the loan, or if nothing else, stop the interest payment and restructure the debt loan, so that this crippled economy can be put into some kind of semblance before it collapses under the weight of its own debt, which will not only play havoc with the thousands of lives in Punjab, but with the entire food security of this whole country. Sir, as you know, the growth in the food production at present is not parallel to what our population is. Our population is growing at such a large pace that every 7th human being in the whole world is an Indian. And sir, Punjab, which is only 2% of the entire geographic area of the country, provides 50% of the food security to this country. During the last drought year, sir, if we take a scenario, in this last year of drought, if Punjab had not saved its crop and provided 50% of this food security, this country would have been facing a crisis today. We would have had to import food from abroad at even higher rates. And if to feed this large Indian population, if food was imported, there would have been a food crisis in the whole world, not just in our country. So, sir, we must not undermine the importance of what this state is providing in terms of food security to our country. Sir, last year when the entire country faced drought, Punjab faced the maximum 65% less rainfall. But despite this shortage of rain, the Punjab government pulled out all its resources from its meager financial resources and put in 1,420 crores to buy additional power to give to the agriculture sector. The debt-ridden farmer took on all kinds of loans against his crop and worked hard collectively with the Punjab, and the farmer purchased gensets, deepened his tube wells, purchased diesels, put in all his resources to save his crop. And I'm proud to say, sir, that because...
Madam, please conclude.
Sir, I'm the only person representing the party. This is very important for my state. I request you to give me 5 minutes.
Every point is important.
Sir, this is first time Punjab's financial case is very important that the Honorable Centre should recognize and help us out in this. So I would request you. Sir, we put in 1,420 crores. The farmers took in loans and saved this crop. It is due to Punjab's input today that we are still in a position that we do not have to import the food crop, and we produced same amount of food that we had produced the year before in spite of maximum drought in Punjab. Sir, in the bargain, what happened? Our groundwater became so less that experts are saying in 50 years, what we have lost in this drought, Punjab after 50 years might become a desert. According to NASA's GRACE mission, which is in America, they said the situation is critical, according to their last year's report in Punjab. But sir, the producing of these crops year after year has depleted our natural resources of soil and water. Sir, added to all this, as you know, in farming, all the cost of inputs are decided by the centre. The MSP is also decided by the centre. The weather gods will decide the weather and the rain. So the life of the farmer has become dependent on a whole lot of forces for his livelihood. And what is the result of that? That today the MSP and the difference between MSP and maximum retail price, MRP, sometimes the percentage is from 100 to 500% difference. The farmer is not even getting his due share for his crop. And this is the reason that farmers all over the country are coming into a debt trap. If I talk about the farmers of Punjab, sir, in last 10 years, the debt burden on the farmer of Punjab has risen by 5 times. And today, 72% of the farmers in Punjab are under debt. And out of this 72%, sir, 17% cannot even pay the interest according to the annual from their current income. 60% of all these farmers are small and marginal farmers. Sir, the government gave a central...
Please conclude.
Sir, please, 5 minutes I asked for. Central government gave a relief package. The state which gives the maximum 50% to the food grain out of this relief package of 71,000 crores. Do you know how much Punjab got? सब पंजाब को सिर्फ 1.5% इस 71,000 को, जो 50% अन्न देश को देता है, देश का पेट भरता है, क्या उसका हक सिर्फ 1.5% होता है? सर, जब ड्राउट रिलीफ का सबको फंड दिया गया, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने उनको ड्राउट रिलीफ का फंड दिया, जहां सबसे कम बारिश हुई उस स्टेट को ड्राउट हिट नहीं किया गया, क्योंकि we were not declared drought hit because the government says drought hit तो वो होती है जहां पे फसल बचती नहीं है। पंजाब सरकार ने अपनी बिजली लेके खरीद के, फार्मर ने अपने पैसे डाल के, क्योंकि अपने फसल को बचा लिया, देश का पेट भरने के लिए उनको अन्न दिया, तो आज हमें उसका नुकसान भुगतना पड़ रहा है बिकॉज वी सेव्ड आवर क्रॉप। सर, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ रीजनिंग इज दिस? इसकी लुक एट द आयरनी सर। वन साइड द ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर acknowledged our efforts and praised us. The other side, agriculture minister also lauded our efforts for what Punjab's input was. And finance minister said something will be done for Punjab, but Punjab
Please.
Sir, Punjab, instead of being appreciated or given concessions for our losses, हमको तो सिर्फ कुछ मिला नहीं, लेकिन हर एक चीज पे हमारे साथ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होती है सर। जो पंजाब की एग्रीकल्चर आपको मैंने बता दिया, आज हमारे नेबरिंग स्टेट्स को सबको कंसेशंस दिए जा रहे हैं, टैक्स हॉलिडेज। आप समझिए कि हमारे नेबरिंग स्टेट्स को टैक्स कंसेशन मिलने करके पंजाब में से 250 इंडस्ट्री उठ के दूसरे स्टेट्स में चली गई है। 3600 करोड़ का हमें नुकसान हुआ और हजारों की नौकरियां चली गई हैं। सर, आप मुझे बताएं, सेंट्रल टैक्सेस के डेवल्यूशन में भी हमारे साथ नुकसान होता है, क्योंकि पंजाब को डेवलप्ड कहा जाता है। डेवलप क्यों? क्योंकि जितनी चीजें होती हैं पंजाब में, स्कूल के लिए, अस्पतालों के लिए, सड़कों के लिए, स्टेट ने अपनी एफर्ट से पहले किया गया है। लेकिन इस चीज को नहीं देखा जाता कि पंजाब में आज हिंदुस्तान की सबसे ज्यादा शेड्यूल कास्ट पॉपुलेशन 29% पंजाब में रहती है, और इन गरीबों में इतनी गरीबी है सर, इनके पास ना रहने के लिए मकान है, ना नौकरी है, ना इनके पास खाने के लिए खाना मिलता है। 2 समय की सख्त मजदूरी करके आज इस सरकार की दी हुई महंगाई के कारण 2 समय की रोटी नहीं, 1 समय की रोटी अपने बच्चों को खिला के खुद खाली पेट सोते हैं। और ये सरकार कहती है पंजाब डेवलप्ड स्टेट है। सर, डेवलपमेंट सड़कों और स्कूलों के आंकड़ों से नहीं डेवलपमेंट कहलाई जाती। डेवलपमेंट वो होती है जिस देश में, जिस स्टेट में कोई भूखा पेट ना सोता हो। सर, हर एक चीज में हमारे साथ ये वित्रा, ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन किया। सर, जस्ट 2 मिनट्स। एंड ऑल सेंट्रल फ्लैगशिप स्कीम, सर मैं आप जरूर मेंशन करना चाहूंगी, क्योंकि यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं, इनको पता होना चाहिए। कोई भी सेंट्रल फ्लैगशिप जो स्कीम्स हैं सर, सर्व शिक्षा अभियान आप ले लिए, एजुकेशन में पंजाब ने अपने हर एक गांव में पहले से स्कूल बना लिया था। तो ये कहते हैं ये आपको स्कीम, आप इसका इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते, ये तो स्कूल बनाने के लिए है। हमारे स्कूलों में जब टीचर ही नहीं है तो वो स्कूल किसी काम के नहीं है। हम कहते हैं हमें पैसे दे दो टीचरों की सैलरी के लिए, कहते नहीं हो सकता। सर, जो इसको रूरल इरिगेशन के बारे में कहिए, RKYV स्कीम में, तो हमने ऑलरेडी पंजाब ने 150 साल पहले अपना इरिगेशन नेटवर्क बनाया था, लेकिन आज ये इरिगेशन नेटवर्क इतना खराब हो चुका है कि इसे सख्त जरूरत है रिवैम्पिंग के लिए। हम कहते हैं कि हमें इसमें पैसे डाल लेने दो, कहते हैं इसमें नहीं डाल सकते, सिर्फ नई करने के लिए, नई बनाने के लिए ये है। जैसे सड़क योजना की बात करें, प्रधानमंत्री ग्रामीण सड़क योजना, इसमें भी हमारे पास घाटा, क्योंकि हमने अपनी सड़कें पहले से बनाई थी। आपकी वो मेंटेनेंस के लिए सर सिर्फ 2 मिनट, तो इसमें भी नहीं मिलती। सर प्लीज जस्ट 2 मिनट्स, आई एम फिनिशिंग नाउ।
2 मिनट बोले आपको समाप्त हो गया ना।
ओके सर,
2 मिनट इतना लंबा नहीं होता है ना।
आई विल जस्ट कंक्लूड नाउ।
लंबा नहीं होता।
आई विल ओनली कंक्लूड टू से दैट
I have given much time to you.
Concluding now, sir. Sir, the state is being discriminated on every sphere. If efficient investment is not made in agriculture, in rural areas and social development, जो ये हमारी human resource, जो हमारा main asset है, ये हमारा सबसे बड़ा liability बन जाएगा। And if Punjab, states like Punjab are not taken care of, इनके साथ discrimination जो नहीं बंद होती सर, तो जिस थाली में आप खाते हैं जो उसी में छेद करेंगे, तो अकेले पंजाब का नुकसान नहीं, सारे देश का नुकसान होगा।
धन्यवाद।
ये सरकार इसकी तरफ ध्यान दे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।